Ball Pit Lane, home of Hungerford Town. Gary, it's finished 1-1 against a side that are right down there in the mix. Talk me through your first initial thoughts on that one, mate.
Yeah, look, overall in the grand scheme of things, and you know, given what's happened in the game, was a really good point in the end. Playing surface, as you can see, is really difficult conditions, and that's the same for both sides. But you know, we had like I say, a trouble at times keeping our footing, so that you know it didn't allow us to play the little combinations that we had been doing, and sort of, you know, although it seems so long ago. But yeah, you know, that was a bit of a challenge today. So, but yeah, look, overall it was a really good point. Disappointed, really, given that I think it wouldn't have been wrong of me to say that we could have been sort of 3 or 4 up in the first half. I think we created loads of chances, hit the post, a couple of good saves from Jeb Ward as well. And granted, you know, they've missed a free header at the back post, but had everybody taken their chances, I think we could have been 3 or 4-1 up at half time. So yeah, you know, that's a bit disappointing from that aspect. But yeah, like I said, I think really good point in the end.
Aggressive lineup from yourself today, Gaz, straight off the bat. You know, McClure straight into the side. Parsons up there with him. For anyone looking to see an attacking talent on display, it was certainly the team sheet they wanted to see come out at a sort of 5-3. Like you said, their first half maybe could have won the game 2 or 3 times over. Yeah, definitely. Look, you know, it takes time to get the right people in, and you know, like I said, and we think we're doing that. We try and sort of, you know, chip away at it each week and try and bring the right people into the group, and like I said, people that we hope eventually will, you know, really excite the fans. You know, we've played some really good stuff for months, and not really maybe got our rewards. But like I said, that's now 5 unbeaten for us. You know, on top of that, it was difficult to make some changes today. You know, I have to say, Alfie Santos missed out today, and you know, he's been excellent for us. He really has. But we wanted to just change it up a little bit, and go with 2 up. But again, you know, Alfie's come on and sort of helped us get a bit more control and foothold in the game second half. So all of the subs have had an impact when they've come on as well. So yeah, plenty of attacking talent on there. You know, and like I say, attacking talent that can change the game as well. First substitution this afternoon, Gaz, was sort of forced to your hand, really. Will Tizard coming off with an injury. Not only when Tizard comes off in this situation with Spence out, with Aaron still nearly there, and you know, a lot of lack of defensive options when it is hit quite hard. You've had to shift Hanksy back there, you've had to move things around a little bit. Do you think maybe that affected the game in a way that you didn't really want to do? I mean, how do you make plans for that when a player has to drop out the centre attacking mid straight into the centre back slot? Yeah, absolutely. Of course, it affected us. We lost Tiz straight away, so we lost the pace in behind to enable us to protect the spaces in the channels. So you know, and on top, you know, before in the first half, he was dominant aerially as well. So that's a big miss, and that definitely affected us. You know, we were a little bit unsure in the probably first 5 or 10 minutes, and like I say, that allowed them to probably capitalise and score their goal, really. So that clearly did affect us. We had to shift a few things around, move the shape. It then meant we probably didn't have the same threat up top because we had to move Harry Parsons out of where we wanted to. But like I said, once we settled and got back into it, you know, obviously they scored. But yeah, we settled and yeah, like I said, managed to get ourselves back into the game and probably should have gone on to win it. And in the end, Gaz, you say, you know, get yourself back into the game there. You've done something that not a great deal of people can do. You know, Hungerford, when they've got a 1-0 lead to protect, we know what they're about. We know how well they manage the game. It's well documented. But to come back late the way you did, snatch the goal through Craig Fassen-Maiden. I mean, if that game was 5 minutes longer, Gary, I think everyone in the ground could sense what was going to happen. Yeah, look, as I said, I think we should have gone on to win it. Like I said, that's not, you know, sort of being disrespectful, because I wouldn't, you know, dare do that to, like I say, Hungerford in terms of that they thought it was a, you know, really good point for them as well. But yeah, I think we created enough chances and sort of balls fell, and we didn't sort of, as I say, connect with balls right underneath the post, really. So yeah, look, we've managed to get ourselves right back into it. And again, you know, I mentioned it earlier. That's, you know, thanks to all of the lads that have come onto the pitch midway through the game. You know, they've all had an impact. So, like I said, Alf's had an impact. Craig's then scored. So yeah, I think if it probably had another 5 or 10 minutes in the game, we'd have gone on to win it. And obviously now, Gary, it's a very busy schedule for you, as it's, you know, is for the rest of the league now. In a situation wherein the games are getting called off left, right and centre through the frost, through the wet, through all sorts of conditions. You're now going to be Saturday, Tuesday, I imagine, for the best part of February and March. Any sort of, you know, changes that are going to be needed to be made for yourself, or are you quite content with where you're at the moment to take this full fixture log head on?
Yeah, look, we've certainly got some depth in the squad, as you can say. You know, today that we've had to leave a couple out from what we had available today. Even so it just goes to show. We talked about it. I spoke to a few of the lads yesterday. We've got some real quality, or certainly we think we've got some real quality, and I think we're quite well stacked to deal with it, but it is a punishing schedule. Like I say, we're Saturday, Tuesday now until the end of the season. So and a couple of there is a Saturday, Tuesday, Friday, Monday in there as well. So we'll need every single person that's in the group to complete that set of fixtures. But I think it enables you to like I said, we're 5 unbeaten, and we can continue that momentum. And like I say, if we can get ourselves on a bit of a run, then like I said, it could be certainly seen as a positive.
Yeah, I think we'll leave it there, Gaz. I think you mentioned there my next point, 5 unbeaten now for the Bluebirds. It's a great place to be coming into, especially after a few sort of series of punishing months wherein that we weren't necessarily getting what we wanted. In context, a good point, I suppose, when you've had to come back the way we have done. So we'll let you go for now and get your preparations on for the next game. But Gaz, well done. It's a point on the road, and we'll see you back on Saturday.
Yeah, thank you.
Well done, mate.